And welcome back, everyone, to part 5. I got the part wrong last week, someone corrected me. Of what if Itachi didn't kill his clan? So last time we ended at the bridge attack. Now, to just backtrack, not even backtrack, just iterate what happened real quick. Obviously, they ran into Zabuza, handled Zabuza. They've been training with chakra control. Naruto, I do still believe would overdo it, especially with Inari still being Inari. Just because Naruto's life is a lot better doesn't mean he didn't get a lot of crap. A lot of crap didn't happen to him earlier on. That all still happened, so I still think he'd have a right to just be angry at Inari and be out all night training and probably still tire himself out. So he would be MIA, at least for the beginning of the bridge mission, and that means he's still around to save Inari and Tsunami from the Gato thugs. Now, with that said, we get to the bridge, and obviously they say, oh, what happened? Someone must have gotten to him, and then the mist comes in. This jutsu, yes. All right, it's him. Kakashi. I've been looking forward to this, and those brats of yours haven't changed at all. Look, that one's still shaking. And then obviously the Zabuza clones come. I'm shaking from excitement. Go ahead, show him, Sasuke. To which he still takes out the clones. And even though the clones are only, I think what did Haku say, like 1/10 their strength, he was still able to take them out. Impressive. Seems you have a rival, Haku. It appears so. And so the fight begins. I was like, Retsu. Sasuke said, Retsu, protect Tazuna. And, Kakashi, I'll handle Zabuza. Is that right? Let's see how these kids do. And so, Sasuke and Haku have their fight. And honestly, that fight would go pretty much the same. Hand to hand, honestly, we know Haku was holding back a lot in that fight. He did not want to kill them. Excuse me. That actually is a really good point we don't think about. I think Haku, frankly, is just more dangerous and stronger than we actually see in the series, and I think most people would agree, because we know for a fact Haku was a Jonin-level threat. Zabuza even considered him overall stronger than him, most likely due to his Kekkei Genkai. Without the Kekkei Genkai and saying he only has wind and water release, I'd actually put Zabuza over Haku. But if you factor the Kekkei Genkai in, which basically nullifies water jutsu, just freezes it, then yeah, Haku is stronger. And we know for a fact he probably killed quite a few Jonin. So Haku, quite frankly, we know for a fact he was holding back because he didn't want to kill them. It's like, well, he fought you. His heart was breaking in two. He felt kindness and sorrow. And curse him, I feel him too. Yeah, Haku is way strong. He's holding back a lot in that fight. So in that entire interaction, water needle jutsu, he flips, poof, kicks Haku away. Haku, get on with it. I was like, right. And so crystal ice mirror. And so, he forms the ice around Sasuke. I'm blanking on his words. Let's just 1 second here. Crystal ice mirror. I'm not looking it up because I need to know I know how it works. Crystal ice mirror. I need to look it up for actually a very specific thing later on. Crystal ice mirror Naruto. Okay. Anyway, so once again, so far we're pretty much in the same boat. And in terms of what happened here. And okay, so this is the problem here. Something I'm going to do later on in this episode is going to revolve around how many mirrors Haku actually creates. But in the anime, I'm getting like no more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe like 12 in one shot. But then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in just one frame. Like, so, so it's a little difficult to really say how many mirrors there are, because I think depending on how it's drawn, it changes from panel to panel. In one panel, it looks like there's not more than maybe 15, and another panel looks like there could be as many as 30. So, yeah, just giving I got Naruto Generations Haku and Jutsu mirror from the game. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm counting like 20 in one shot on its own. So I guess the answer to how many mirrors there are is it depends on how many mirrors Haku really wants to make. I'm sure there's probably a set unified amount with any that he could do, like the minimum he does, not just a bit like a dome. Although theoretically, why he doesn't just turn that into a dome, like evolve the jutsu into like this igloo like mirror dome, almost like half of a crystal disco ball. I don't know if he had practiced and perfected the jutsu later on. That probably would have been the go, because then there's no gaps in the mirror. But I digress. It's not like it's super important. It's just something that's going to be brought up a little later. Anyway, Sasuke would still be hit by all the needles. Retsu's like, Sasuke, Retsu, stay with Tazuna. If you try to if you leave, Haku will go after him. Or Zabzo, if you will not leave the bridge rail unattended, unprotected. And then Retsu struggles, but she knows he's right. I mean, she's got her blade out, and so it's like, so I got to stop him. And really, how it ultimately ends, it was Sakura attacked Haku, and just grabbed the kunai. I believe that was Sakura who did it. But in this case, Retsu just like, no, I can't just sit by unless and they just fire style, Venus flower jutsu. You'll have to do more than that. You'll need more flame than that. And then obviously the kunai are in there. I see. And then boom, that's where Haku catches it. Thank you. He caught it, and that's where the boom gets hit with the shuriken from Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki is here! Because even though they are a good team together, and even though Naruto's probably come a ways from that hyperactive knucklehead we get in the original series, this would still be very well in Naruto's character to do something like this. However, it's like, he would have been so more effective. He remained hidden. And so, Naruto, you would have remained Naruto. What are you doing? Ninja don't just show themselves and like that. You're supposed stealth is a part of a main ninja's tactic. Don't go showboating around. And even Retsu's like, Naruto. It's like to which Naruto, surprisingly though, is like, yeah, trust me, Kakashi Sensei. I know that's a fact. It's like, mm-hmm. And to which Haku's like, and then Haku's like, wait, don't tell me. And then all of a sudden, three more fists come, and you see two Naruto clones there. And Haku grabs it only for Sasuke's fist to come and just has to like grabs it. And even the Kakashi's like, and then he realizes, well, I guess he is a little bit more clever than I give him. I guess he is smarter than I gave him credit for. To which Retsu and Zabze was like, that brat's a lot more clever than he thought. He used that loud-ass introduction as a distraction to get his friends out of the ice mirror. His clones, he gets his friend out of the ice mirror. Not bad. I see. Very impressive, Naruto. I admit, I didn't think highly of your entrance, but I see now it was a strategic advantage, or tactical advantage. And because of that, you were able to get your friend out of my ice mirrors. I see. You're very strong indeed, Naruto. Well, I'm doing the whole wiping the blood off, but Haku's wearing a mask. But maybe he's like kind of rubbing his cheek a little bit, just because if you wear like something over your face and rub it, eventually you can kind of rub it a lot. To which Sasuke and Naruto and the clones are facing off. Like, yeah, you're not trapping us in that ice mirror again. I see. So I see. That's a good point. Well then, perhaps I'll have to try something else. And then he just makes a new hand. Now I'm making this shit up right now, but realistically, this is a jutsu Haku should be able to use and create with really no issue. Instead it makes a hand sign. I was like, ice style, shattered ice mirror, graveyard. And all of a sudden they hear the cracking of the mirrors. And this is why counting the mirrors I think is important, because it lets me know how many shards of ice there would be from it. Some small, some large, and just crystal. Well, no, actually, it's like crystal ice mirror, frozen rain, or hell's rain. And I was like, it's like the Naruto clone and Naruto And Sasuke like, crap, move, move, and then just raining hell spikes of ice down on, and just Naruto, Sasuke, Naruto, and they're scared shitless. Like, do you really think that was all Haku was capable of, Kakashi? It's like, Kakashi Sensei. It's like Twitch, and all of a sudden, Retsu, it's okay. What? And then two Naruto clones there. The boss made us. The guard tells her, go and help the boss and go and help Sasuke. Now, I was like, got it. I was like, Naruto, what do you? And he notices Naruto. I see, Naruto really did think ahead on this. Huh. The kid, I give that brat credit. He'll go ahead. She's not like she'll be able to do anything against Haku either. The brat's clever, I'll give him that. But none of you will be able to do anything against him. Haku's the perfect weapon. See, his power surpasses even mine, and he's only growing stronger. There's nothing you'll be able to do, Kakashi. Anyway, so as the ice mirrors are raining down, blanking on words here. Retsu comes in, just it's like, I see. So Naruto provided extra backup so you could join. Very skilled indeed. However, you're within my kill field. You're within the killing field. Ice style. Ice mirror graveyard. And all of a sudden, Haku, because there's some small spikes, there's some big spikes of ice, like there's some really large ones. And he grabs one like a sword and then disappears into another one. Now, if you think that's not possible, we literally see this in the anime and in the manga where Naruto in Kurama mode literally shatters a mirror and he pops out of one of the shards. Probably a shard far smaller than most of the stuff on the field. So realistically, this is a technique that this is actually way more dangerous than the crystal ice mirror. Because the crystal ice mirror is basically just wrapped around you, but there's only so many points, and you can identify the areas of the mirrors. If you've got the right reflexes, the Sharingan, all that speed, you can arguably predict where Haku's coming from. The problem with this is essentially he has littered half of the bridge in giant ice spike crystals that are facing all directions everywhere. This is essentially a low-grade ice version of the Flying Raijin, because he can literally just choose which icicle he's coming from, and we know it's not instantaneous like the Flying Raijin. It's not true teleportation in the sense we know he does move through at like around allegedly light speed. But he's moving at such speeds, and he can come out of literally any ice shard, that it kind of acts in a way like it. So it is a discount ice version of the Flying Thunder God, which is kind of nuts. This is why I also say that Haku is holding back, because really Haku had the potential to be a Kage. When you really break down everything, that's a video series, dude. Like, I've done making the strongest version of Naruto. I need to get back on doing some of the strongest versions of characters I can. But like a strongest version of Sasuke, I haven't done that yet. But a strongest version of Haku, this guy, because we know you can just build up your chakra pool. So, and he already had a sizable chakra pool to be able to pull a jutsu like that off for as long as he did. So, yeah, no. And so Haku, comes in initially and just, and luckily Retsu does have the Sharingan. Like, and even Haku sees it as they clash, like, the Sharingan, I see. So, you're of the Uchiha clan. And that boy, he looks related to, should I assume you're both of the Uchiha clan? It's like, that's right. And you're going to fall to the power of the Sharingan. It's like, perhaps, I see. Haku disappears and he can hear his voice in the mist. It's like, this will become more difficult than I initially assumed. Tell me, Sasuke, do you also have the Sharingan? It's like, wouldn't you like to know? That's probably a no then. Otherwise, you would have been using it by now. And to which Naruto makes some clones, gets back to back. I can tell you are a very strong teamwork. Your bonds are impressive. It's a shame that I've asked you not to continue this fight. I don't wish to kill you if I don't have to. But you're going to kill the bridge builder, is that right? You're going to ruin his dream. Isn't that right? And it's like, I must do what I must. I am Zabuza's tool, his weapon. He points and I not points. He sets the target. I fulfill my duty. It's like, well, then there's nothing to talk about, is it? No. I suppose there is not. And so, the sunbones start coming out of all which way. Naruto's got kunai. He's doing his best, but the clones are popping out. He's essentially just kind of forcing clones out to kind of. Unfortunately, it's just not enough, and he starts getting tagged. Retsu's able to dodge to a certain degree. Keep in mind, Sasuke was eventually able to see Haku's attacks with the Sharingan, but keep in mind, too, that Haku probably was also tired. We also know that Haku was tiring out. He even said, I won't be able to do this much longer. This uses a lot of chakra. So Haku certainly wasn't, by that point, moving at the same level of speed as he probably was. I mean, he's still faster than Sasuke and Naruto, certainly. But even watching it in the anime, you can tell, and even probably in the manga, based on the panels, there's no way that, especially when Haku caught, Sasuke caught the Senbon from Haku to block Naruto, you can tell he's no longer moving at light speed at that point. He's still much faster than them, but still. That said, this is still roughly peak beginning of the Battle of Haku. Now, Retsu's Sharingan and her sword skills are helping out a little bit, but there's only so much. Sasuke is also dodging best he can, but there's only so much. Retsu's like, all right, water style, blade, slashing blade whip. I'm striking whip blade. Or just whip blade, water style, whip blade. And then now, Retsu sounds like, these ice style means you can use water. Even if I did a water attack, you just freeze it. But if I used whip blade, the amount of water it takes for me to even use that is the amount of chakra is insane. Mind you, Retsu hasn't actually used a lot of jutsu yet, so she's actually still ready to go. She could probably maintain her whip blade a lot easier, and then she realizes the mist is so thick I can barely see it with my Sharingan. The mist. Wait, and then water style, whip blade, and then all of a sudden, a chunk of the mist that's around them kind of dissipates. It's like, and she suddenly just basically does the Unohana, just and then clashes again with Haku's sword. It's like, I see. Use the water from the mist, an almost infinite source of water for your jutsu. You don't have to produce any of your own. That's right. Unfortunately, half my ice jutsu is made of half water jutsu, or half water. And you know what happens with ice and water. And then her blade starts to freeze. It's like, and the weight just starts to break down. Trust me, and she actually has to put chakra in. I know! And then just smashes into Haku's like, fire style, fireball, Sasuke, right, fire style, twin fireball jutsu! And combining them together, especially with smaller shards, I do think would melt some of those shards. We know that Sasuke's normal fireball can't melt the ice, probably because there's also chakra reinforcing it, but with shattered ice and two massive fireballs together, I think at least some of them get melted. Impressive, but... and all of a sudden, they both get kind of tagged in the back. Sasuke and Naruto too. It's like, damn it. There's not much how we're going to be able to take this guy. He's everywhere. And to which, water style. And then she some part chakra. And she said, Retsu, okay, this time you're not going to be able to freeze this so easily. I see. She's putting water chakra into it. No, she's doing something different. And all of a sudden, the water, boiling water whip. It's like, Retsu? Basically, she use the water style jutsu and then start to basically use fire chakra instead to heat up the water. And Haku's just like, she's impressive indeed. However, there's only so much you're going to be able. However, you might be able to block me, but what about your two friends? Sasuke! It's like, I got it! And to which Naruto's still recovering. Naruto! It's like, huh? It's like two, and the Haku just appears too late, and then you hear that boom. Like that silent strike that's off screen you see with like an anime. It's like Retsu, and Haku actually just actually got a blade in his shoulders, and then he has to disappear. She was fast. She's fast. She was fast. Fast, not even a minute. Retsu, you okay? You got him. You tagged him. Retsu, I got him, Nard, and she's got all in her chest, which is what happened with Sasuke too. I got him. Sasuke, Naruto, you okay? It's like, Twitch, Naruto's like, Retsu! It's like, and Sasuke, and that's where, and this is that anime mode too, where you get the heartbeat and the sound, like the boom, boom. It's like, Retsu's, you're okay. That's all that matters, Naruto. I say, no, you'll be okay. You'll be Retsu. And so Retsu and Sasuke tell me, is this the first time either of you has seen your comrade die? This is the way of shinobi. Whether we choose it to be or not, it is always the way. To which Naruto, come on, Retsu, you can't die now. You got a dream. You're going to be the greatest swordsman in the world. And to which Retsu just kind of like, she's just, great dreams. It's so nice to have. She's like, it's nice being held in your arms, Naruto. I just wish it could have lasted a bit longer. And then she goes in, and you see Naruto, and Sasuke, and Sasuke, because this is his cousin, friend, seriously, they're. This is like it was, and he's now. Unfortunately, I don't have. I wish I could let you mourn, but I have a job. And that's when Sasuke finally just. It's like, what? And then his eyes are now blaring. He's like, I'm going to waste you into the ground. And then they're clashing for a little bit. And so Haku's now just struggling. It's like, my shoulders. She really did a number on my shoulder. I won't be able to. Meanwhile, Naruto's like. Sasuke, Retsu, and he's just like, he looks on, and the chakra's kind of coming off him, but he's also knows Sasuke's fighting. He's still kind of aware of it. And it's like, Naruto, I know you're upset, but for Retsu, we gotta take this guy down for Retsu. And then all of a sudden, the Sasuke is like, what? It's like, what's going on? Ice appears on the ground. It's like, ice style, flash freeze. And basically Haku frees the water vapor from the mist that was on the ground. It's like, I can't move. It's like, no, you won't be able to move. No, there's no getting away from me this time. And then all of a sudden, they hear the Naruto. There's Naruto. Instead of just hovering over Retsu, he's now walking slowly towards Haku. Past Sasuke. Naruto, I'm never gonna forgive you. Retsu was my friend, my teammate, and he kind of thinks, because he liked Retsu too. And honestly, he blushed probably a few times when she showed interest in him. So it was I'm never gonna forgive you. And then that's when the chakra shows up. The ice starts to melt around Sasuke. He's like, what is this? It's like, no, I know that chakra. And even the Naruto clones, we know for a fact, it does actually kind of affect them to some degree. We see this in, we literally just watched Shippuden, the Deidara Sasori arc, and the Kazekage Rescue arc. And when Naruto starts to go into like second tail, it actually did affect them. But with just the initial release, I don't think it affects them. But maybe they do fence like the boss, something's wrong. The night just struck, and then obviously it's just swirling. Was it something foul, something ghastly? I'm gonna kill you! And he just rushes in. Haku has to like get out of the way. Blasts the ice away. I am no match. And obviously, he just tries to get Naruto. Tags him. Naruto, is this you? Sasuke thinks. Is there? Just boom! Just puts him into the dirt. And unfortunately, this one, I think Haku can still walk away from it if he wanted to. But unlike before, where that clear, that mask took a hell of the brunt of that. Which makes you wonder how durable Anbu masks are. I mean, Anbu wear them in combat, so they must be combat durable. But so, if anything, that tells you how strong that shot was from Naruto. And the fact that Haku didn't have a broken anything, as far as we could tell, maybe some internal injuries. He was bleeding. But here, Haku's up in the air. He doesn't have the mirror to back as backup. And Naruto gets in the air, grabs him, and just boom, hits him in the face. But now, boom, he just goes cratering into the bridge. Just boom, and basically now, Haku, probably still alive, now has a lot of broken bones. How many would I say he has? Definitely some cracked or shattered ribs. That jaw surprisingly would be okay, although he might have a mild concussion. Because now he literally just hit the back there. I don't think he's got a broken back, surprisingly, because we've seen Shinobi survive a lot worse, to be frank. Broken arm, though, like his shoulder was already damaged. He's probably got a broken arm and maybe a cracked leg. Like, he can still kind of get up and stand up. And if he had to use a high-speed technique, he could get to like Zabuza in time if he had to, but Like otherwise he's not walking. Like he's limping his ass away. And so Zabuza, I have no match for this boy. So, run! And then obviously, it was you the whole time? Naruto, do you know this guy? Like, yeah, I met him in the forest. Like, why did you stop your blow? Why are you hesitating? I killed your friend, didn't I? Shouldn't you want your revenge? Revenge? And Twitch, Haku's barely able to get up. No, that's not good enough, Naruto. It's like, Naruto, let me do it. Stay back, Sasuke. Stay. And he's just kind of like, stay back. And Haku and him just have their conversation. I can see we're a lot alike, you and I. I'm sure you know what I mean. I just wish it wasn't your unworthy hands that's to be sealed by to blood. And so, the worst part is, I think if we had met at a different time, we could have been friends. It's like, that's the part of Retsu, because she also had a dream! And then obviously, Haku's like, sorry, Naruto, I'm not ready to die just yet. Even though his arm's broken, we've also seen that ninja can power through that shit. Zaku is a perfect example of, oh yeah, I have a broken arm, I'm going to use it anyway. So I could totally see Haku, even though with the arm broken, just grabbing it and pain. And he's going to say, sorry, Naruto. Instead of that calm demeanor he uses, it's more like, sorry, Naruto, I'm not ready to die quite yet. And disappears, and then takes the shot, and then he's just gone. And so, then Zabuza, or Gato shows up. Naruto gets in Zabuza's case. Shut up! Haku lived for you, and all the time he was doing this for you. Didn't feel anything for him, anything at all. You talk too much. While he was fighting you, his heart was breaking in two. He felt love and joy and kindness and sorrow, and curse him. Now I feel them too. It's something else. I feel this is the end. I do love the fact that he literally just takes his bandages off with his mouth. Well, cat, cut your tongue. Are you surprised to see I'm human? Even shinobi are human. No matter how hard we try, we always fail. At least, I have failed. Boy, give me your kunai. All right. Just, again, early Naruto, one of the most beast moments ever. Just, you're not taking me with you. It's like, oh no, we're not going. We're not going to heaven. Where Haku's gone, I can't follow. No, it's the other place for you and me, for you, Gato, you and me both. I'm told there are many demons down there, all shapes and sizes. Oh yes, I should fit right in. But you, Gato, I'm afraid you're in for a very long and painful eternity. It's still one of the best moments of the early Naruto, like that first arc. Still love it. And then obviously, God Zabuza on death's door. Still, and then just to be like, just like everyone's like, nope, let him die. Just let him die on his own. and then obviously the town comes in, saves the day. Retsu is shown to be alive. Retsu, you're alive! Sasuke, is that you? And now it's Sasuke who holds Retsu. Hey, Retsu, you're alive. Sasuke, that hurts a little bit. Retsu, thank God. Well, it all worked out in the end. Well, wonders never cease. Kakashi, is it over? Yeah, it's over. Take me to him. Let me see it one more time. Sure. And then dies. And so the bridge arc comes to an end. And still, I think. Now, here's the question. Do we see. I think it would still be Naruto, right? It would still be the Great Naruto Bridge. He inspired Inari and everyone. And so, yeah, I'd still say it's the Great Naruto Bridge. Now, the question, though, is a lot of people kind of wondered, would she take Zabuza's executioner blade? No. As a swordsman, I think she respects him too much to take the blade. It wasn't passed down to her. That would be grave robbing at this point, to be honest. And whereas Suigetsu really isn't a very honorable swordsman. He's trying to collect all the swords, yes, but he hasn't earned them. That's the big, and you know what? I think that is maybe like the one gripe I have with him is that, yeah, you want these swords, but you're not earning the swords. You're just grave robbing at this point. That's all it is. That's all it is. Now, granted, I'm sure that's kind of how it worked a little bit in the ninja system anyway, but there are apprentices to the other users of the swordsman. Like, Kasame did have to kill the user of Samahata to get it, yes, but I do think it was kind of like earned by combat kind of thing. Whereas Sugetsu didn't do that. And Retsu didn't do that. And beyond that, Retsu also knows the Executioner blade is not really the blade design for her. It's too big. Yes, hypothetically, she trained enough, like Tsunade style, she could wield it. But naturally speaking, there aren't a lot of strong enough, I'm not saying this to be sexist, I'm just pointing it out. We don't see enough women in Naruto who have that kind of strength to be able to wield a weapon like that casually. And so I don't think she'd want to take it. I heard someone also say take a fragment of the blade, but the blade didn't chip or anything. Like, she'd actually have to break the blade. So I just don't see her taking the Executioner blade. I'm sorry for the people who wanted something like that. And so, they say goodbye. It's like, it's all right to cry, darling. Well, then you will go. No, you bears. And so, unlike in the original, it's like, hey, that was a private conversation, Naruto. Why are you listening in on me? They're all just chatting, having a good time. And so the mission to the wave, the village in the waves comes to an end. Not in the waves, but the land of waves comes to an end. But what dangers loom for our heroes? I'm rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho right now, so I'm like hearing Ogre just say that. Another mission complete, but what mission will fall between Team 7 next time? But anyway, and I didn't even think about that. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. That is a what if series that I could easily do. Oh, I could easily do some Yu Yu Hakushos. And I don't think I've gotten enough suggestions yet for Yu Yu Hakusho. I think I've gotten some. I think I have gotten some. But they're more like inserting Kurama, like Yoka Kurama, instead of normal Kurama. Things along those lines. But and maybe giving Naruto like the Jugon or something like that. But yeah, I love Yu Yu Hakusho, so it never even occurred to me to even do Yu Yu Hakusho. But I could totally do some Yu Yu Hakusho. And unlike with something like, say, My Hero, that is one I could definitely get a lot more mileage of. Because one of my viewers, who I am friends with on Facebook, asked me why my Hero what-ifs tend to be very short. It's because there are giant chunks of the story where Deku is just not doing anything, and we're focusing on... That is one thing My Hero actually does very well, is it actually does its best to give other characters screen time over the main character. And that's also something that, say, like... something that, like, say, One Piece does very well as well. And even maybe to a lesser degree, Bleach. Bleach does it pretty well, too. Like, most of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, it's actually not Ichigo. Stop and think about that for a second. Oh, God. I just got this little bit caught in my throat. But think about that for a second. If you actually watch or read the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, there are swaths of plot where Ichigo is just not around. He's there in the beginning. He's there in Lake Amuno, then he gets trapped, then we get the invasion of the Soul Society. He fights Yuaba, then goes to the Royal Palace, does his training, but we're going back and forth, finds himself out, second invasion, and then going to the Wanderreich, Soul King Palace, and he's not really a main part of it till the very end. So, no, actually, yeah. Bleach also does that very well with their side characters as well. Naruto's the only one that really doesn't do a very good job with their side characters, surprisingly. But yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho, man, yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, at some point, give me some suggestions for Yu Yu Hakusho ones. I'll definitely do those. In fact, they'll probably supplement the My Hero and the Dragon Ball ones. That's what I'd probably do. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Later.